have you ever did manipulated somebody? Have you ever did insert bad thing here? Because you are the offender, sometimes you are not aware till somebody makes you aware. Sometimes people have to leave you for you to do some self-assessment to know, or be transparent with you and say, you know what, this is the reason why I broke up with you, or this is the reason why you broke, whatever the case.
Wonderful, beautiful lady.
There's a book called You're Not Crazy, It's Your Mother. And they talk about something called narcissistic bingo. And there's a huge list like of 20 different things that women do or moms do, because he's talking about your mother. Y'all look up You're Not Crazy, It's Your Mother. It literally lists everything that women do. The shit is crazy. And they call it narcissistic bingo.
Oh,
Damn.
Lord. I don't want to watch that book. I don't want to
All
read
right,
that book.
Lucky has gathered herself.
I don't read that book.
Welcome back. All right, go ahead, give your answer. Gaslighting in relationship.
I've actually experienced that from a guy. It was more so I questioned everything that I felt. I questioned everything that I was. That was the first time I felt like I was not feminine. I've never heard those things. Everything about what I did was wrong. So from a woman, though, I don't think I've experienced that from a woman, surprisingly. But from a man, absolutely. And I think it's something that it can be dangerous to you if you are a person that's open and willing, or you're vulnerable, or even for men, like it takes a lot for men to be vulnerable. So to once get to that point and then you're with somebody who does not take that seriously, or actually give a sense of security that it's okay to express your feelings, you then start to feel like you can't talk to anybody, or you start to question yourself and what you feel. So you're not so prone to actually be vulnerable or transparent with your partner. Anytime that happens, it's pretty much you can't have a relationship like that, because then a person is never going to be a person who thinks like that, never could see what they're doing wrong. They're always going to have to say you're wrong for it, because it removes them from addressing anything that they could be fixing themselves. So that's a situation you can't reason with stupid. So I think you're supposed to just leave those people alone.
Hey, Lucky, have you ever gaslit any of the men that you've been with?
Probably.
That's gaslighting right there.
No, that's more honest than most people.
I do want to say this. Out of those,
she said probably.
You see how she looked away before she said probably?
Now you're observant. Anyway, out of those couple though.
Holy shit, she on fire.
She on you tonight, man. She on you tonight, fam. She on your head.
Never not, they love me. So
it's crazy. What I find interesting though is that, and this is not to speak to your experience personally or anything like that, but I do want to use you as an avatar. Notice how she spoke so definitively about how she was gaslit, and when I asked her the question about did she ever gaslight anyone, she said, "Well, probably."
No, Queenie, that's actually very.
Hold on. Let me respond.
Go ahead, Lucky.
Okay, it's just like if I say, have you ever did manipulated somebody? Have you ever did insert bad thing here? Because you are the offender, sometimes you are not aware till somebody makes you aware. Sometimes people have to leave you for you to do some self-assessment to know, or be transparent with you and say, you know what, this is the reason why I broke up with you, or this is the reason why you broke, whatever the case. I've never been, in a situation where somebody dumped, or those were the conversations. I've never been ending a relationship with a guy where it was a situation where, oh, you're manipulative. That's never been a conversation that person has had to me. I've always been a person that was told I'm very understanding. I'm very easy to communicate with. But if there's been a moment where I wasn't perfect, or I was saying, like, if he's expressing how he feels and I'm responding to him saying, you don't feel like that, you're just saying that because of X, Y, and Z, possibly, because I think most people probably do that. But was I aware that was happening to him, or did he receive it as, you gaslighted me? Probably not, for me to even answer the question.
I guess that's the reason why. Because if you were to ask me a question like, if you were to ask me, have I ever gaslighted anybody, I would say most definitely.
Because you first have to make yourself aware that you did it. If I'm unaware that was what I was doing, or that person did not make me aware that was his experience of me, I can't answer that question and say, absolutely, I was doing that.
You know what gaslighting is, though, right?
Yes, I do.
So you should be able to recognize when you do it to someone without them having to tell you that you're doing it.
First of all, gaslighting is a term that I've understood this year. Okay. And you're talking about past relationships that I would have had prior to that. Under this is not no term that we just know.
So you
it's
can
something.
No one, men weren't coming out saying you're gaslighting me when you
That's
say
not
something
something
to
men
them.
say. That's
So when you
I-
but when you recap the situations that you went through, you're not gonna be like, oh yeah, at this point he did scream out I was gaslighting, because he didn't. So you're not gonna, it's not gonna easily register. Now women are saying it so often that men can say, oh yeah, I definitely did that. She said
Or-
that to me yesterday.
I would even say this though. I could not know what cheating is. I could have just heard about what the word cheating meant this year. And if I know what it is, and you ask me, have you ever done that to a woman in the past? I could think back, look at the definition of cheating, and be like, yeah, I've done that.
I've had
Even if I've never been told that.
I've had 2 serious male relationships that still want to be, I'm being transparent, that still would be to me to this day. I'm the problem, okay? As far as keeping myself in the situation. You're talking to somebody who majoritarily dated women. You ask me about men. I'm saying probably, but in those relationships, I've always been told great things about how I communicate in general. So
Okay.
as far as that, me saying that's why I said probably, because there has been little back and forth arguments where I could have said something, whatever that could have been that. But me just remembering a time, I remember that time we were leaving the mall. I gaslit him. No,
Well, I didn't ask you for a specific time. I just asked if you ever done it.
and I just said probably, and you had a problem with the probably answer. So
Which
yes,
means it's more likely than not.
Adding with context, that actually does make
Which
sense.
means it's
If
more
it's
likely
only
than
two
not,
dudes-
right? Let go.
Huh?
All right.
Probably means it's more likely than not, right?
Well, no, with context, now I get it. If it's only been 2 dudes, probably not. But the typical woman be lying. So I can understand.
I guess the better question I would have asked, I guess because I didn't actually
You're always doing stuff like this. You always women are children. You up here acting like a child. You've been acting like a child all night. Then you women lie. People lie. People lie.
Fantasy Island girl, I need you to
People
call
lie.
Sweeney was talking.
It's not a woman or a man
Sweeney
thing.
was talking. Go ahead, Sweeney.
I would say
you should keep that in mind.
I didn't really understand your sexual orientation or anything like that. So I guess the better question I would ask is, have you ever gaslit any of your relationships?
Absolutely.
I know I have. When I was young, I was gaslit.
We're gonna read the super chat.
You do got an attitude. No,
I was gonna say we're gonna read the super chats because Lucky's on demon time and this is getting scary. I don't want Mr. Let Go to get any more shots fired at him. So can you do me the honors again? My eyeballs are doing jumping jacks.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're so jealous. Trucker Yale, Trigger Mike, you on your grind. Yo, salute.
Appreciate it.
Shay Call says, y'all are so peaceful when reading the super chats. Right?
It's refreshing, actually.
That beard was I can't lie. That man's beard was dope.
Everybody shut up.
That girl.
Everybody be quiet. Go. That's why
if that man don't leave me alone in this damn super chat, that man better leave me alone.
The way Lucky is on Let Go head. Psych auto been on your head all night.